Right then, this is Sharky from Shar-Kade. So today I'm going to show off a project I've started for the new business, the wife's new business, at Hawkins Arcade. Now we have designed a new style virtual pinball cabinet. So this is going to be a pedestal version. Now there's some measurements I've slightly off on. So originally this was going to be a 3-in-1, but I'm just going to make it a 2-in-1. It's going to have to be permanently attached to the pedestal. Like I say, a couple of the measurements are slightly off, but I'll work around them. I'll make it look professional, a professional finish and clean. But I know there's going to be a few little bits off here and there. But to the naked eye, you wouldn't be able to see any of those imperfections. But I know they're there. So I'm going to redesign this. I'm not going to recut it. I'm going to finish this project off. I'll redesign it for a new project. And the next project would be a 3-in-1. So the whole play field can be removed from the pedestal, transported. You could also put it down, stuff like that. I'm going to do single screen tables on the pinup popper software, as well as the back glass and stuff tables as well, DMD. So we're going to have a DMD, going to have a back box, but the back box in DMD is going to be separated. So I'm going to have, throughout the unit, I'm going to have some HDMI outputs, and I'm also going to have power outputs. So the power is going to run direct from this, and then there's going to be a power output running direct to the DMD. It's going to have my standard custom grills. Another issue I had here, I had to cut this board down by hand, so it was slightly off my design. I had this sticking out too far, so I had to cut it down by hand. The custom grills as well are going to be sort of where the speaker grills are going to be a bit too close to this edge, but I'll adjust that. When I do the actual grills, I'll move them down. The speakers will be slightly offset, but you won't see none of that. Like I say, I'll have it looking clean once I've finished it. So it's going to have my custom speaker grills, and this one I might not do any addressable LEDs, because the only LEDs that you're really going to see would be the speaker grills on this one. And I'll just do the standard LEDs. The next unit will have addressable LEDs. So the idea of that is to have some light bars coming down the sides. This is going to have some tempered glass as well. So I've got a bit of shape going on. Also, another thing I messed up is when I sent the board off for cutting, I didn't flip the board. So my buttons were slightly off. My amp's going to be a little bit high on this one. It's not going to be a big deal, because it's going to look sound. But I've got buttons here that I'll be installing. I've got my launch button here, because my launch button would have been on the opposite side, so I had to flip the board round. But I managed to get the amp in there. I should have enough space to get the amp in and stuff. The screen should be fine. The screen should go in fine. I should be able to clear that as well, so that's not going to cause any issues. But like I say, the next unit, this will be lower down and stuff, and the buttons, everything will be spot on. The pedestal, like I say, my measurements were slightly off, so the pedestal's slightly wider than I expected it to be. But like I say, I'll go back in. It's all through CorelDRAW. I design it in a way so I can just literally shave off a few mil within seconds and adjust that on the design. So no big deal. It's still going to look spot on. It's cool. I quite like the shape and style. It's shaped and designed around the pinball flippers. We're going to go with a Deadpool design that I've custom designed for this. I think it's Zombie Yeti's original design, but as you know, I print and enhance the artwork to the highest possible quality. So I do all the rendering and stuff myself, and I enhance all the artwork, like I say, to the maximum quality you can get. So like I say, it's going to have a nice finish. I've got some buttons to put in behind the playfield. Now the playfield actual top will be removable. It's going to be actually bolted down like my control panel designs are. So it's going to be bolted down like that. And then this can be removed and stuff like that if you wish to get into the playfield area. I may have the monitor on a quick release, so it can just be lifted cleanly out and put back in and so on. I've got a back hatch there which I can access the PC portion, so it's going to have a ITX mini PC inside. I think the 3050, is it the 3050 graphics card? It'll be going in this. I'm only going to run this one at 1080p. I will do also offer a 4K version as well. And like I say, we'll have the back box which can be wall mounted. And then this will be able to be wheeled around the room and stuff like that. Play your pinball tables, play your jukebox stuff, all that stuff. So like I say, I've been messing on with Pinup Popper. I'm just sort of relearning everything from scratch basically, because it's been quite a few years I've messed on with Pinball X and all that stuff. So I'm going to be running Pinup Popper on this unit, and then I'll have, I think, over 1,000+ tables on there. And it will also have, these ones will also have all the official Zen Pinball FX tables. So you'll have the Steam version of Pinball FX two free FX and Pinball M. And there'll be updates whenever there's a new table drop. You'll just be able to update your Steam account, or it might automatically update. And then you'll have all the new tables as soon as they're released as well. It's a bit of a minefield of what parts to look for, what parts to get. The buttons. Now I was going to use originally, I was going to use just some standard buttons, but I thought, I'm going to be building pinball tables, I might as well put the proper pinball flippers and buttons and stuff like that in. Know what I mean? Instead of going with the standard buttons I usually go with, and I quite like the feel of these and the look quality as well, these flipper buttons. I'll have some solenoids, but I think there's a company in the US that does a board, basically allows these to be direct on all the time, these solenoids. And I wasn't going to pay $50 for one. I just rang my mate up. He's great with relays and stuff like that, and he found a board which was about £2 for the board, and so I've ordered a couple of those, and if he needs to do anything, he'll just rewire it. So basically these will always be direct, these solenoids. I will have a switch. I'll maybe put a switch underneath. Audio controls are all going to be on the front anyways. I am going to have the SSF, not small form factor, but I think it's Sound Summit. I can't remember what it's called, but it's SSF as well, like small form factor, but it's to do with the audio. It's surface mount audio, and I've got some little mini amplifiers to go in as well alongside the main amp. So the main amp's going to be running the 2 speakers at the top, and then I'm going to have the audio coming through the unit, so it simulates the ball rolling and stuff like that. So it will have some knockers in. I'm not going to put too many in to start with. At the minute, I'm just going to put the flipper ones in, just to give that nice feedback, and then I'll come up with a kit, because it is going to be a slimline unit. So I'll come up with a kit where everything's nice, neat inside. So basically, I'll be able to just drop the kit straight into the system. Everything's pre-wired, everything's set up. So anytime I build a unit, I'll just drop my kit inside the unit, and that's it. It'll all be nice, neatly, just quick setup, and it should be good to go. The idea of doing pedestals as well, than rather the conventional virtual pin style cabinet, was the fact that it gets expensive, starts getting really expensive getting pinball legs in. They also get heavy, right? There's also a risk in shipping with pinball cabinets, virtual pins, stuff like that, with the legs, with the parts, stuff like that, because they're all just slim steel legs. Or if you're using galvanized or anything like that, they're all only slim steel legs. Now, if a customer gets a machine and it's heavy and like the set it up wrong, install the legs wrong, they're going to damage the machine. Something like this, you'd be able to lift it up with you and a friend, one at the front, one at the back, lift it off, put it back on, move it around, place it on your coffee table if you don't want to be bothered to stand up. Plug it into a large screen TV if you wish. The options there to be able to transport it around the room, take it around a friend's house, throw it in the back of the car. Know what I mean? A bit like the control panels. The idea is just to have that simplistic, removable unit. So basically you can transport it, move it around, and it's less likely to get damaged, and it's just makes life a lot easier and avoids massive damage. And also, I quite like the slimline look. One thing I don't like at the moment, which I do prefer standard virtual pins, is the depth of the glass. And I know some people aren't going to be bothered anyways, but I am slightly bothered about it. I do like my glass to be, where my screen to be more on an more in depth into the machine to get that realistic feel and look. But I think for a slimline unit, it's going to be absolutely fine. I think once it's all set up as well, it's not going to be an issue at all. I think it's going to be a great bit of kit. Fun to play. So we'll see how it goes. Like I say, this is my first project of it. Later on, at some point, I will build full-size cabinets, but I just don't have the room. With these units, I mean, this is maybe taking us an hour to put together. It hasn't took long at all. And the parts and stuff like that isn't going to be that hard to set up either. Get everything in, set up, dropped in. And it's ideal to have all the parts and everything just simplistically drop into place. Like I say, all the playfield area, that's just going to drop in, bolt in. The playfield glass as well is going to all be properly cut to size as well. And then I'm going to be able to just bolt that back glass straight down. And that playfield glass, sorry, not the back glass, the playfield glass, bolt that straight down. I will cover all this up with trim, so all this will be trimmed off. And like I say, in a future project, I will probably I'll have all this routed. So I'll have all this CNC routed out. I'll have some light bars going up, a bit like a Knight Rider style. So some light bars going up with some addressable LEDs, maybe some frosted acrylic or opaque acrylic. So it gives it that nice diffused look. So when I set up the addressable LEDs going up, they'll go up the side of the playfield, and then they will hit these custom speakers as well. So the next unit, like I say, I'll do all addressable LEDs. Now, if you want a project like this built, hit us up at dean@sharkade.co.uk. But if you wish to wait on and see how this unit turns out, just keep watching the videos and that, man. I'll keep you updated. I should have this built in the next couple of weeks. I should have it all finished in the next couple of weeks, because this has got to go into the new business, like I say. So I've got to get this unit finished. Like I say, it was me just a project, first project of these, just basically a prototype. And so I'm going to make a couple of mistakes on my design work. I have been working solidly for the past few months flat out. And I don't usually, especially on design stuff, I don't usually make mistakes like that. But like I say, the prototype, it's going to have a few niggly little things. But like I say, you're not use when you see the final product, aren't going to see any of that. It's going to be all hidden away. But I do like to be honest when it comes to projects and stuff and showing off stuff. And if it's not perfect, I'm not a fan of it. Like to let people know, man. But yeah, it's going to look smart. It's all going to be Deadpool. I've got all the Deadpool prints there. We've got a slightly different design for the left side of the unit. And like I say, it does have that, really looks like a pinball flipper as well. It's got that pinball flipper shape and design to it. So got some nice side art there for the pedestal as well. And then the back box is going to look cool as well. I've got some cool artwork for the back box and stuff. But tons of units to finish. The Dragon Ball one is finished. I've done all the configuration. I just haven't had time to do a video. I'll do one first thing in the morning, get that wrapped up. And I think I've got a crate there, so we'll get the crate sorted. Get that wrapped up, ready for the customer. Still waiting on a customer to reply about that one over there. And I'm busy working on the Big Trouble in Little China one up the other shop as well. So busy, man. And yeah, excited to get this done. I've been staying up as well on a night time and working on Pin-Up Popper, like I say, and just trying to figure out some stuff. There's some stuff I need to work out. There's a couple of tables I think the DMD's not shown, and I've tried to look up online what the problem is with those tables, but I can't find anything definitive on those. But I'll figure it out. But if someone knows, there's Masters of the Universe on Visual Pinball X. The DMD's not displaying, but the DMD displays on all the other tables. But there's like maybe a handful of tables. And I've got I think I've sorted the pop pack stuff out. I've got a collection of pop packs and that, but I think they're working. But I'm all new to it, so I don't quite understand what the pop packs are for. I think it's something to do with the media and the back glass and stuff like that. But I'll work it out. I like to figure these things out myself instead of going to groups and stuff and asking them posts and stuff like that. So I'll figure it out. I've got a nice collection of jukebox on there. I've got, like I say, the Pinball FX collection, all Steam versions as well. I've got so the official Steam versions, all tables on there. I've got the Visual Pinball X, a Future Pinball, big collection of both. I'm doing an A to Z list at the moment. I've got adult tables. I've got 50s collection, 60s, 70s, 80s collection. I'm going through all the animated wheels as well. So I'm busy doing all the animated wheels and stuff, creating custom backglass videos. And obviously there's a lot of tables. I've got all the media for the tables, but there's some that could need cleaning up. Some play fields that have like DMDs in the corner and stuff, which I don't want. I want the play fields to look all clean. And also I may do a lot of custom play fields, and I've got to do maybe 1,200 videos for all that. So I'm looking at maybe doing some custom videos. I've got a nice collection of animated wheels for Pinball M. I've got a nice collection of all the Pinball FX playfields and back glasses and stuff like that, and DMDs and all that stuff. So all that's clean. The Pinball FX stuff is practically done. It's just Visual Pinball. There's about 700, 800 tables on Visual Pinball. So I've just got to go through all those tables. I think is it Zakaria Pinball. I do have the Steam version of that, all the tables of that as well. I just haven't tested it and set it up yet. I just haven't done anything with it yet because I've been mainly messing on with Visual Pinball X. Future Pinball seems to be fine. There's some media I could probably clean up on there as well. I have some custom favorite videos, so I'll do a video showing off the pin-up popper and stuff like that. So like I say, there's some other bits and pieces I want to possibly look into. I know people rage about 3D effects and stuff like that. I haven't looked into it yet, but I think it's pretty simple to set up. But I am running out of space. I've got so much media and stuff like that, and so many tables and other bits and pieces. So there's still a lot of work to do, but I'll get a unit built. I'll get a base setup of the pin-up popper and stuff set up, so it's at least got 1,000 tables on there, nice clean media, stuff like that. And then later, as I go, I'll just update it, and I may even come up with Chris just to get a drive sorted or something. We'll work something out. So make sure you like, share, subscribe to the videos, hit that notification bell, and I'll catch us in the next one. Bye.